From the automotive capital of the world, we get a look at a venue that pays homage to that industry. Welcome to Ford Field here in Detroit, Michigan. For some, the final chapter of the season. For others, a final week before the playoffs. And we're off in Week 18. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Trying for the deep ball. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Motioning the tight end now. 3rd down, it's Mahomes. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Trent McDuffie getting there for the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second and 6 coming up here. Again, Mahomes to throw. Escapes the pocket. Great work by the coverage downfield. Buys him enough time to catch him outside the pocket. And they'll try to build on that big stop.
All right, 1st sack on the board on the 1st drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin. Because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
To the air, 3rd and long. Gets everything he has under this throw. This is caught inside the 15. He will go. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions drop 80-plus yards and take a 6-0 lead. Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Returning it from the 4. Oh, he's showing some burst on his return. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. It is caught left side. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They'll get 18 yards there. And it sets up 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
1st down, ball at the 36. Throwing from the gun here. He's on the move. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Lions take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with a pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's going deep. He had it for a moment, but a quick defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. The Lions readying for the punt. And this will be his first effort of the contest. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Pulled in at the 20. And he found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up. Looks like he might break it for a minute, but still a good 14 yards on the return. And it's going to be their football coming up. They're set up at the 35 now. They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door, bigger gap in the future.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 36. Hauled in left side. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I'm sure Coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll throw on first. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. Doesn't get much beyond the line. A yard at most. L'Jarius Sneed there for the stop.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. One of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Man in motion here. Throw on 3rd down. Forced out to him. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now a give left side. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
They've got a man in motion. 2nd and 1. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Fred McDuffie in to pick it up. Well, Brock, they could have gone run to set up 3rd and short, or they could air it out and try for more. They picked the latter, and the coverage was ready for it.
Sure was, Kate, and this is why I play in this position. You've got to have a short memory. You must flush it. I love the decision to be aggressive. I always fall on that side of the coin, but when you throw a pick in that situation, such a manageable 2nd down, well, you've got to learn from it, move on, and certainly flush it away.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. And we will not get another play. And we're back. Road offense out there and set. Let's get the 2nd quarter started. They'll have it 2nd and 8. From the 38. On the move, headed right. Now he takes it. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll give him a 1st down. play now. Catch is made down the right sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
Here's Robinson. Rubs it in for the touchdown. The Thunderbirds pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. He's going to field this at the 2. They get to him before that return can amount to much, just beyond the 15-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 21. Complete out to the right side. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Across the 45 and still going. Down the sideline inside the 30. There it is, touchdown Detroit! The Lions take a 2nd quarter lead. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers and want to be big-time effort.
That one splits the uprights. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep to the left. Brought in inside the 20. And he's in. Touchdown. The Thunderbirds can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Returnable from the 2. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They send a receiver in motion right. 1st down throw, Mahomes. Chased out to his right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time, secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. To the air, Mahomes. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And it'll be their football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Harris, the motion man here. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. He puts everything behind this one. He's got it inside the 25. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Thunderbirds need only one to take the lead. Now they'll try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Thunderbirds break that tie and now lead by 7. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now it's Mahomes. Escapes out to the left. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Fits it through the middle. He touches him down with a great pickup, and it's good for a first. Here's Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
You know, Kid, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. He's in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions can tie it up in a second after cutting into the lead. Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions tie this game at 21. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. They'll throw it. He's got a man left. He picks up 15 on the play. And they'll have first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Back to throw now. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in the Motor City. The Thunderbirds driving for a score and a halftime lead. Third and just 2 to go. That one's out and caught on the right. Tries to power through him, and the ball is loose. And it looks like the offense recovered. They did. Close stuff there. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed, got him the ball back.
And he gets very good yardage there. That's down inside the 10. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Another carry for Robinson. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. He finds him right side. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Timeout called by the offense, and with another timeout available, they could actually get another 2 plays if they were quick.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball. It's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
That one right down the middle. And the Thunderbirds break that tie and now lead by 7. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Needed a little more to reach the landing zone, so give him the ball at the 40-yard line. One last play before the break. Looking to throw. He's trying to push the field. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They send the tight end in motion. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, the defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Back to throw. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. The Thunderbirds out and ready to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards. And after the punch, the offense comes out onto the field. And the Lions will go on offense. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Looking to throw Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it.
Wait.
And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd
Man,
down
I be
coming up.
having them, bro. I just can't get time, bro. Man, I be having them. Oh, my God.
Creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
Trying again, following the sack. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
3rd and long for Mahomes. He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. That one is not going to get any easier to watch during film study, Brock. Some chances to go down, but instead opting to keep extending the play, and then all of a sudden in the end zone for a safety.
Yeah, ultimately there just comes a time where you've got to understand where you are on the field, right? Hey, I'm trying to make a play. I'm trying to make a play. That's all great in the middle of the field. But when you're in the danger zone like this, and you can give that defense 2 points and energize the other side, you got to know where you are on the field and just get rid of the ball.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A toss now to Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It was the rookie from USC who got there for that tackle.
With all these collisions these running backs take between the tackles, sure nice to get a little crease on the outside, get in that open field, and let these runners do their thing.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. first down. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know what that felt like to me, Kate? That felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he was just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get tackled for a loss.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. This time it's a passing play. Finds a seam down the middle. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Looking to the air here. He sends this one to the end zone. And that's caught in the end zone for the touchdown. The Thunderbirds push their lead to 15. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Empty backfield now as they set up for 2.
The offense will line up for a 2-point conversion.
Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now a give running right. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They kick the running back in motion. Here's 2nd and 5. He lofts one deep, center of the field. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece. And he was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And in for the Detroit touchdown. Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions get it back to within 1 score. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Starting from the 5. Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! And the fumble recovery is made.
You keep getting saved, bro.
Awareness. So critical in so many phases of the game. And in this phase, in the special teams phase, it's not just hitting blocks and clearing the lane, but in this case, recognizing the fumble and most importantly, keeping that possession.
Throwing from the gun here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 47. He doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend's pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Looking for a throw here. Ooh, missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind this guy, and now it's 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
On now comes their punter. Matt Ariza, the one to send it away. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it for the sideline and got it down to the 12 before going out. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. He lets one fly deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
The Lions offense looks like they're staying out there. We got a 2-point try coming up.
Will set up for the 2-point conversion.
He has it. And he will get into the end zone. That ties this game up. Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. It's been a thrilling game. And Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Going right side, Robinson with it. Free up the middle, it's a breakaway! Into the red zone. And he gets to the end zone, touchdown! The Thunderbirds take a 4th quarter lead. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Wow, great stuff there, Brock. He busted that one open, got downhill, and got in for 6. Huge run there.
Yeah, and this is how you break a game open. He found that lane, and he was gone. What a tremendous effort in the blocking scheme there to just spring him enough so he could take it to the house.
That one splits the uprights. And the Thunderbirds break that tie and now lead by 7. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Motioning the tight end left. On first and 10, here's Mahomes. Finds his man over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Looking for Sam Laporta with that one. But still plenty of options left on third and short.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Third and 2, Mahomes to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's fourth and short. We'll see if they go for it.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important third and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. They'll go. It's Mahomes. He connects downfield on 4. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a fourth down gamble.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Again, Mahomes to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Another throw for Mahomes. Catch is made down the right sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's first and goal. Back to the air, Mahomes. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. And the Thunderbirds get it back on his 6th interception of the season. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you could feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
Quick throw to the left is complete. Ripping off yards past the 40. The 30. Gets the 10. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Thunderbirds go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
That one right down the middle. And the Thunderbirds double their lead to 14. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. It's a full 40 yards on the play, Brock, and a new set of downs.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
Off play action, it's Mahomes. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. Going ground on 1st and goal. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, that play call, it was certainly about playing it safe and just running it from the goal-to-go situation. But I'm not sure it's possible with how well this defense is holding up.
Driven backward to the 11 as they line up for 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. Intercepted in the end zone.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning. like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
Taking a deep shot here. Wide open, downfield, got it! And he's in, touchdown! The Thunderbirds making a 3-score game in the 4th. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
That one splits the uprights. And the Thunderbirds stretch their lead to 21. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. And no return here. This is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Pistol now for Mahomes. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 28. He puts some air under this one, deep right. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Lions trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing again, Mahomes. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Looking to throw Mahomes. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They are throwing it again. Hits his running back. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you can see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And they pick him off again. And the Thunderbirds will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception. Oh, man, Brock, somebody, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he does not make it out of the end zone. Just couldn't find his way across. They contain him for the safety.
Okay, you could just feel it, right? Right off the snap, you just got that sense at the line of scrimmage. When those big guys defensively win it right off the jump, right at the line of scrimmage down here at the goal line, well, they've got a chance to put 2 points on their ledger. That's well done by those big boys defensively.
And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Trying to push it deep downfield. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Thunderbirds have the football at the 27-yard line. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a 3rd time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best-case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision. It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. Now he's taking a deep shot right. Big gain downfield. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. And they snag some much-needed momentum to end the regular season as they start looking ahead to their wild card contest next week.